Okay, let's talk about our brand that literally everyone on the planet knows. I mean, you can probably taste the fries just thinking about it. We all think we know McDonald's, but I'm telling you, the real story behind those golden arches is way bigger and, frankly, a lot more interesting than you'd ever guess.
So let me ask you a question right off the bat. If I asked you what business McDonald's is in, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
You're thinking fast food, obviously. Burgers, fries, you know the drill. And yeah, you're not wrong, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. The real business, the thing that built this global empire, is actually hiding in plain sight. To really wrap our heads around this, we have to start with the sheer scale of the operation. And when I say scale, I mean numbers that are almost hard to comprehend. For starters, there are over 40,000 McDonald's restaurants in the world. Just try to picture that for a second. 40,000. And those 40,000 locations are scattered across more than 100 different countries. This isn't just an American company, it's a global institution. And get this, every single day, they serve tens of millions of people. To put that into perspective, that's like feeding the entire population of a country like Canada every single day. Feeding that many people has a massive effect on, well, everything. They become one of the world's biggest buyers of beef, purchasing about 1% of the entire global supply. One company. It's just staggering. So how in the world did they pull this off? You don't build an empire this big by accident. It's all about some incredibly clever and pretty surprising business strategies. Here's a great little story that shows you how they think. It's about the Filet-O-Fish. Back in 1962, a franchisee in a mostly Catholic area noticed his sales would just plummet every Friday. His solution? A fish sandwich. It was such a good idea that by 1965, it was on the national menu. That's their whole philosophy right there. Adapt. And they took that idea worldwide. They didn't just force the Big Mac on everyone. Nope. In the Philippines, you can get McSpaghetti. In India, they have the McAloo Tikki, which is a huge hit. They figured out how to become a part of the local culture, not just an outsider. So their success is all about adapting the menu, right? Well, that's definitely a big part of it. But now we're getting to the real secret, the actual engine driving this entire machine. And I promise you, it's not what you think. Just read this quote for a second. "We are not technically in the food business. We are in the real estate business." That came from Harry Sonborn, the very first president of McDonald's Corporation, the financial genius who built the company with Ray Kroc. And believe me, he meant every word. So here's the big secret. For most of its restaurants, McDonald's, the corporation, owns the land and the building. Then they lease it to the person who wants to run the restaurant, the franchisee. So while the franchisee is worried about selling burgers, the corporation is collecting a steady, profitable rent check every month. They're one of the biggest landlords in the world. And this thinking beyond the burger idea has always been in their DNA. The real estate model is the most successful example, but they've experimented with all sorts of things, from partnering with airlines to even opening their own hotels in Switzerland called McHotels. Seriously. So what we have here is a global fast food chain that's also a massive real estate company. But its true power, it goes even deeper than that. The empire McDonald's has built isn't just about money. It's profoundly cultural. I mean, just think about the Happy Meal. The idea was so simple. Step 1, create a meal just for kids. Step 2, put a little toy in the box. And what was the result? They accidentally became one of the largest toy distributors on the entire planet, shaping the way billions of kids play. Their cultural footprint is so huge, their logo has become a universal language. It's so recognizable that, arguably, more people around the world can identify the golden arches than the Christian cross. Just let that sink in for a moment. And that brings us to the final question. We started by asking what business McDonald's is in. And we've seen that it's in the food business, the real estate business, the toy business, and the culture business. So maybe the real question isn't about McDonald's at all. It's about us. When a brand that sells burgers and fries can become all of this, what does that really say about the world we all live in? Something to chew on.